North Coast. Oh, where you at? Shout out to North Coast. Shout out
Yeah. Flavor over everything, you know what I'm saying?
to the marathon.
Gotta smoke on them big ass donuts, you know what I'm saying, man? Shit.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Shit, yeah, you do.
Oh, yes, I do. Alright, guys, what's up? This is vlog number 9, I believe. 9 days in a row. We're back at it. I came back to give you some more game. I told you every day I'm gonna be here. It's been a fight. I feel disciplined. Cooch is in the background. He's guest starring today on this vlog. We're drinking water. My lips are dry.
Get this man some chapstick.
I just put some chapstick on actually. Alright, guys, so we're here every day. I've been coming to you, educating you on something. Yesterday, we were talking about credit, we were talking about monetization. I was telling you how to use Instagram and how to kind of use the hashtags properly, how to answer notifications and build a following faster on it. We've also went over the Facebook monetization stuff. I don't know if there's anything else you guys really want specifically to talk about. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what's going on. Quick firearm update. I told you every video I'm going to give you a firearm update. Today, this is what we have. Ta-da! This is the Shadow System CR920P. Yes, I could read because it's on the side of the gun. And I got the Hollison here with me not trying to flag myself or Cooch. Bow! I don't know if you guys see that, but yep. So we got the Hollison. It's pretty sweet. We got this thing. YouTube capacity is met. Don't worry. They don't have to worry about us. We got a compensator on this guy. A lot flatter than most handguns that you would shoot. We got the nice bronze barrel right there. Hold on. I have to do this off of YouTube. Ugh. Alright, hold on. It's being a jerk. There it is. It's really greasy. I really over grease my guns. And I probably shouldn't. But you see it. It's nice. You see the spiral. It's amazing. The compensator, I've yet to take it off. I put probably 200 rounds through this. And I like it. It's flat shooting. I thought it was going to be a good EDC everyday carry for me, but I've been rotating this. I've been rotating my HK and my FN as well. And, I always have the 500 blackout on me, so... Not the 500, the 300 blackout. Excuse my brain. And some damn donuts. Some damn donuts.
Flavor over everything, man.
Flavor over everything. So I wanted to go through the comments and kind of see what you guys were saying. Some of you guys were dropping off stuff that you wanted to learn more about YouTube, more about social media, more about businesses. Let's see. Alright, so if you're interested in making a business, a lot of people do not know how to start an LLC. So if you're going to do a business, this is the hack. I'm about to give you all the sauce, alright? Look, when you go to it, you can go to busy.com. Hold on. Busy.com LLC. Right? So it's the first one. Right there. Sponsored. You have your LLC in mind. You go to right there. Entity type. So let's say you want to be an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corporation or a nonprofit. That's what you would follow there. You would do your state formation. So let's see. I'm just going to do a LLC, state formation. I live in Ohio. Ohio, get started. And this is where it takes me. So if you look for... Let me see. So you want if you want to save some money on this and get it a little slower, but you're saving money, it's $0. It comes out to $99 at the end because you have to, hold on, Yeah, it comes down to $99 at the end because you have to file with the state. That's the state registration fee. But the actual creation of the LLC is free. So they're charging you right there for your EIN, and they're charging you right there for an operating agreement. So that's what you would be paying for. But instead of paying $300, you're only paying $100, and it's a one-time fee to get your LLC up and going. Now, what do you do after that? After that, you call the IRS when you get your LLC approved. And hold on, I'll show you mine. This is what it looks like. They send you a certificate in the mail of the LLC. So this is my LLC for Slagle Company. Wait, right? Make sure I'm showing you the right one. That's my certificate. That means I'm legit in the state of Ohio. I am recognized as an entity. I am recognized as a business. Like how I was telling you guys yesterday, when we're born with a social security number attached to us. A business is the same thing. It's the same kind of way a life is born. When you create a LLC, you call the IRS after you get your certificate in. They give you an EIN. It's the social security number for your business, employer identification number. What happens with that is when you get that, you go and open up a business bank account. Now, there's basic game out there where they'll say just to go to any bank to open a business bank account. If you want to dive deeper, you got to look and see exactly what you're doing for your business. Because for me, I chose to go with Bank of America. Going with Bank of America, I'm getting higher credit card business limits. You're gonna get higher loans, and they accept less documents and things to get approved. It's a lot easier to get approved through them. You can also go with a credit union, Navy Fed. It's weird because I thought there was going to be one good one, but there's a few good ones. It just comes down to kind of personal preference to what you want to do and what your business is going to be tailored for. I was looking to get a lot more funding and starting capital. A lot of people think you got to have money to start a business. All you need is the initial $100 to start your LLC and another $50 to $100 to start a business checking. Once you do that, you apply for the business credit lines, and you're getting $3,000 to $5,000 minimum per business credit line. So if you do it right, when you open up your business bank account, you automatically activate your EIN as if it's an active social security number. So you start pinging all of these credit card companies to loan you business credit, and that's how it starts. And as they see you're making deposits every week, every month into the bank for your business, they're gonna keep offering you these cards. Now what you do after you have this going to help monitor your credit, you want to look up your DUNS number. You want to go to Duns and Bradstreet. So let me see. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people that I talk to who have an LLC in a smaller mom and pop business have never heard of a Duns and Brad number. Hold on, let me see. All right, so this is a Duns and Bradstreet. Intelligent data to drive business performance. This helps monitor stuff on your business credit, and it helps build a solid business credit profile. So what they do is you sign up for them, and it's free. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I paid for it. Or you could pay like $100 or $200 and have it expedited because it takes like 12 weeks to get to you. But Duns will basically send you a Duns number that's like a credit number basically, and you can put it in with your applications and things like this when you register for things, and it just helps the bank or the lender see a more true credit score to your business, and they'll go off of that sometimes more than the other stuff. So it's really good to have that, and it's really helpful. You don't need much money to start a business. I think that's what we're going to do for the video. So starting a business, I explained to you, I literally showed you how to get a LLC, right? And then you call the IRS, you get your EIN number, you make sure you get your DUNS number, go to the bank. You can go to the bank and open a business bank account before the DUNS number, but you definitely want to get on that and have that. Put some money in the bank, you're going to activate the credit lines. When you put the money in the business account to open it up, that's what's activating. It's like a little code going off as soon as the money's in there. That's activating these credit lines. So if you take $200, get your LLC and the business bank account open, now you have capital to work with. You can get $5,000 to $10,000 very easily to start your business with 0% interest on these credit cards for 12 months. So as long as you are for sure that your business is a good idea and it's going to work and you know what you're doing, all you're doing is flipping credit. You flip the credit, you borrow it, you start your business, you got all the money now. Money to pay for a website, money for marketing. You have 15 to 20 grand to really move with and start this business up with. And if you know what you're doing and you're paying them credit cards back every month, it's only going to be $400 or $500 a month because there's no interest on them. So you do good throughout the whole year, get them paid off. Now they're going to raise your level even more. Now you can take it to a whole nother level. And technically, you're doing this all off of somebody else's money. You're leveraging your debt, you're leveraging your credit and somebody else's money to build you your business. And you're just paying it back to them. It's all a flip. They're giving you money to flip back to them. You flip it good and in a decent manner, they're going to give you more money to go and flip for them because they know that their money sitting in the bank is not doing nothing. As soon as you go and put $10,000 in the bank, they leave you $1,000. They take that other $9,000 and they go flip it. They call people like me and say, hey, do you want a loan? Do you want a personal line of credit? They loan your money out to other people to make interest on it because they know it's not building enough compound interest in the bank. Something to look into, people. Unless it's like a CD bond. CD bonds are pretty good. I think you get pretty decent interest rates on them. I know they have a couple, but I would say like the 5K one if you can. Get a $5,000 CD bond and leave it in the bank. That's probably only the real way to make money off the bank's money anymore. Other than that, having money in your bank account is going to waste. It's sitting there going to the car needing fixed, the puppy has to go to the pet clinic, you know, groceries, this or that. The money's getting ate and alive. And let's be real, if you have $10,000 in the bank today and you don't touch it for a year, next year on today, you're not going to be able to buy the same things you would be able to buy this time of year with that money a year from today. It's not, it's less than $10,000. A year from now, it's not going to be worth the $10,000 like you put in there. So, what do you do with the money? I really don't like saving money. I like storing money. So I buy firearms. I buy things that I think hold value, but things that I can flip rather quickly if I needed to. And I try to work at a goal. It's very, very hard to save $10,000, but you could buy $10,000 in guns very quickly. But it's a lot harder to save that money because if I'm putting up 500 here, 600 here, eventually it's going to get chipped and ate away at. Versus, for example, this Shadow Systems, I got on a really good deal. I can't say how much I paid for it, but even if you just look up the retail value of what this goes for, this right here is a CD bond of its own. I'm parking money in this, you know. I don't shoot them a whole lot. This gun probably only has 200 rounds to it. It just got broke in and I've had it for a few months. I shoot, but I don't shoot a whole lot, you know, the same gun. So I I'm parking money when I do this, and it's the same with real estate. For years and years, I was saying I'm not gonna buy a house because it's better to rent. But right now, with the way my mortgage is, it's actually a little more expensive. Even with my property tax and everything else, it's still a little more expensive to rent than it is to own. And at least in these kind of crises where we're going into with the economy and everything, I do own my home. I do have the deed for my home. So nobody can evict me as long as I stay on my mortgage that I have through a personal private lender. And my mortgage is not through a bank or anything. I got my house on a land contract from some folks that I know locally. And then they gave me the official deed to the house and signed the house over to me. And then they put a personal lien on me for the money, just so they get paid. All their money goes to escrow. It was actually a really, really good deal. I got my house for a really good deal like that, and it kept it out of the banks and personal. These folks who I was able to get the house off of, they are basically the bank. So if I don't pay them in 3 months or 4 months, they do have the option to foreclose on me. But we always say that these folks are like another set of grandparents. So we've always done really good with them. I've always paid them on time, and there was situations they even let us go a month if need be, car breakdown or something. But it's because the next month I would have double the house payment for them. I would never lack more than a month, and I would always catch them up right away. Just because they did take a big chance on us, it's not like they ran our credit. We didn't have to get financed for this. I was able to put a little money down. I only put like $5,000 or $6,000 down on my house, and we were able to move in and take it over. It did need some work. We've been renovating, and I have a lot more work to do to it. But it wasn't in completely bad shape at all. It was nowhere close to being like condemned or nothing. It just needed some love and some care in it. And I was 29 when I bought my house. I'm 30 now. So I'm doing all this stuff, and I wanted to make a vlog every day to tell you guys how to do this stuff and just kind of help you with it. So today we covered the LLC stuff. That goes hand in hand with what I've been saying with the YouTube and the Facebook and all of that. Because as you get monetized on these platforms, do you want to pay 30 some percent tax as a personal, or do you want to have an LLC and only pay 15% in business tax? And then say to make your videos, you had to buy a new MacBook, or you're paying your cell phone bill, or you're driving to this place or that place to do content. It's all a tax write off. Even technically, my firearms would be a tax write off because I have a business around them. And I go and I buy them, and these right here are technically props for my video for this reason. You guys might think, oh, I'm just showing you this nice firearm that I have, but really, me doing this right here, since I'm monetized, this is a tax write off. So I could spend, I didn't, but even if I spent retail on this, I'm still getting a kickback for that at the end of the year because it's a business expense. And this is another thing. You guys get business credit. Imagine what you would be able to get for your business credit. Just like this. And it's a tax write off because this is a business for me. So you guys can do that with cars, firearms, clothes. This shirt could be a tax write off. I buy it, I wear it in a video that makes me money from my business. It's considered costume jewelry. My shadow systems, any of my guns, my phone, water bottles, lighters, whatever I use, that could all be seen as props in the video. My Buzz Lightyear guy that I showed you guys in my first video, I could buy stuff. Oh man, I'm about to give you guys one more gem. So going into all this, right? Podcast. I've really been thinking about doing a podcast. I know people think they're oversaturated and everything, but listen to the kind of business model you can really have with a podcast. So with everything considered, with how I just taught you how to get an LLC, how I taught you how to get business credit, and how to write stuff off and acquire things for your business, but your business is your personal brand. So all these things you're buying are just helping you personally, but you are a business. So you're able to enjoy nice things and still benefit and write them off and use other people's money to get these things. It just depends on the kind of business you have. My business is a personal brand. So, for example, if you want to get a podcast, you do all the steps we just talked about. Get your LLC, business credit, use your business credit to get you a studio, to have the podcast in, to get you microphones, to get you maybe an editor, or maybe you can edit, to get camera gear, anything, all that stuff, right? Now, how do you pay that credit card back? Say you spend a $3,000 credit card to get all this gear for the studio. Now the credit card is fully maxed out and you're still waiting on your first episode, right? How do you do that? Well, if you've been working on your social media, you've been working on your platform, you're going to have a natural reach. For example, I do over 100K at least views a month on YouTube, at least, right? That's like a bad month. I could take them numbers to local businesses and be like, look, I would like you guys to sponsor an episode of this podcast. We're doing it $500 for this kind of package, $1,000 for this kind of package. This is why I made a marketing company. Everything comes back to marketing. So you have your business credit to fund the whole project, and then you shop it out to these local businesses, pick up 2 or 3 sponsors, even shit, pick up one sponsor per video. You do enough episodes, you can pay that card back very quickly just off of sponsor money. Don't worry about profiting in the beginning. Just pay off all the credit card debt that you just spent for the studio, and then by the time that's paid off in 6 months to a year, you call and refinance the card, or not refinance, I'm sorry. You call and tell them to raise the limit on the card. Now you're going to go from whatever it is to a quarter or double more of that, and you do it all over again to the point you have so much in credit. Now you go and buy a house to have the podcast in, but it's also your actual house. Like, for example, Gillian Wallow, $1 million worth of game. You know, I watch them a lot. They give you $1 million worth of game. Their main house that they do content out of, or they were doing content for a while, was a house in Philly. And they probably bought that off of business credit, wrote it off. Now you got a real estate company. Yes, it's a building for your business, but now you're in the real estate business because now you own property. So now you can leverage that property. You can get refinance loans on it. You can take out equity loans against it. And equity loans are almost like a giant key to the door. Because if you get an equity loan, say your house is worth 80K, right? And say you're able to get the 80K in equity, you can your bank will open up a separate bank account for you, give you a separate debit card, and you have all that money in there. And they'll ask you, how much do you want upfront deposited in your own account? You say $10,000. So they put $10,000 into your account. You only pay interest on what you use of that $10,000. So whatever you borrow from, you pay interest monthly on it. And if you don't have it all paid off in 10 years, it just turns into a mortgage on your house. But if you're smart, you're using the money right, and you're flipping it back to them, it's going to be good. And you can keep doing this. And this is how people, they buy a bunch of property outright. Buy your house now, right? For 35K or something crazy. And then they go and do this, and they automatically get the money. And then that's what they use to put the money into the house and a little bit in their pocket. And then they pay that all back off, and then they refinance the house and they mortgage it back to themselves through a LLC. Now they're paying their own LLC rent or a mortgage every month as they're renting or leasing out the property. This is the key to wealth. It doesn't take a lot to get rich. You just have to know the steps. I am not rich yet, but I am on my way to being wealthy just because of what I know. You might be one day or one play away from really making a big investment that comes back. You're not going to turn 2,000 into a million, but you could turn 2,000 into 10. That's possible. And if you can turn 2 into 10, you can turn 10 into 25. You can turn 25 into 50, 50 into 100, 100 into 250, and so on. And you flip this and do it right, you can make any business successful. You just have to know your market, you have to know marketing, and you have to have a good business model and a good strategy. But if you do enough homework and enough due diligence, it will happen. I promise, it will happen. YouTube could be a business. Say you want to put your podcast on YouTube. There you go. I just taught you how to fund it. I just taught you how to fund any business. So that's it, people. That's all the game I have for you today. It's been 23 minutes. We're out of here. Vlog 9 coming back. I'll see you tomorrow.